And now the President of the United States, Joseph Biden, and his wife, Jill Biden. Met the Bidens in June last year when she invited them for afternoon tea at Windsor. The Queen first met a serving US President, Harry S.
Whom all part of the critical planning for the day. President Biden, of course, one of 14 US presidents during
secrets behind their iconic designs.
The maze was inspired by Prince Charles's childhood at Sandringham.
We meet the passionate people who look after these horticultural.
To go after her. I don't want her to get hurt like Kenji. And the race is going to start soon. Yeah, if she...
Generosity with the cakes and sandwiches provided for them. They've smiled and reflected on that with great warmth in these most recent days.
Amounts of money. One was $250 for your fines, but you had additional amounts of money that you owed. How much was the second amount?
Before they too will be led to their seats.
The most venerable order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem, which again the Queen was sovereign head. The St. John Ambulance have done so much to support the...
Yes, no it is.
So it reminds me of that. The last image I really had of Dad was...
Hello! Howard and Bernadette Kickney.
Travelling just 7 kilometres west of Trevan in the Ogwen Valley, we arrive at a mountain called Elidavar.
And I love the items.
That's nearly a 50% discount working out.
Desirable place to live in Britain by a leading Sunday paper. It's surrounded by conservation areas and life.
What are you looking at?
Your tie.
My neckwear seems to be a source of fascination.
Mike and Harvey, and we're doing their rooms up too.
It's a civilian version. And also in the main procession, the 3 organisations that have received the George Cross will be represented. Malta.
Fighter plane being produced in America that would meet the standards required in Europe at the time.
So I've seen representatives of the senior grades of the Orders of Chivalry coming in. Saw certainly the 3 members of the Order of the Garter.
Rather hoping you'll catch sight of some of the members of the royal family leaving the palace to go to the Abbey, but then there'll be the big moment, won't there, at 12:15 when that extraordinary procession...
Etta and I are just friends.
Oh, she is so on your hook.
Absolutely not.
She totally was. I mean...
All I want to know
Yes.
is, it comes back to you.
Yes.
Now, is this the same egg?
Yeah.
Come through here.
Yeah.
You get it perfect.
Yeah. So, let's go.
With everyone's wreckers now.
The Queen as well, but Queen Elizabeth means such a lot to me, and it's meant such a lot over all these years that it is going to be hard to realise that.
More like that of a turtle or a crocodile, and of course, very much bigger.
Stay alert.
During the pandemic?
The only revenue is when people come through the turnstile. It's all about...
And it's gone. How will we know if the ring gets to him?
Yeah, we won't, General.
Nadia sees the whole world and everyone in it as one.
Are we gonna find one of those? Me! I'll be the evil archvillain. We just need to fire up the V2.
Thank you for coming, Max.
I know how much you loved your wife.
I know, I thought there was trouble too. And you make a good military watchdog, you know that?
All right. Where do you want to go tonight, huh? There's this new place on the pier that's been getting good reviews. I don't know if you want to go there.
To be in, and hopefully the alley will then behave itself and stop where it should be.
That's good.
Right, I'll just clean that up a bit and then pop a bit.
Although the hotspot's position is fixed, the Pacific Ocean floor is not. It's moving westward by 3.5 inches.
Okay, well, you know where I am if you need me.
This so-called Russian Roswell isn't the only site of its kind.
Wow. And I also heard that you were reconciled back with your biological family, which for me is a massive...
My phone, so she'd just keep calling and
Did
calling.
you ever call her back?
No, because she'd call private numbers.
On this, and it'll go through all the people.
It's a kumbaya moment
You
until
got it.
someone gets fried.
And looking at the decomposition of the deceased animal.
Mass. Ball. You'll have a wonderful time. And you can wear the ball dress Papa had sent from New York.
70 years through and the Queen must embody that continuity and yet also adapt. And I think the royal family's been very good over the years, subtly changing, and it's never been at the forefront of change, but always at the right moment.
Incredible. I mean, this small, diminutive figure, and of course, you know, through her reign, she was 20.
Which one was worthy of the name?
You mean the hardest track? Yeah, but we gotta do what we're good at. And one thing.
The Gruffalo.
15, of course. Preceded there by Boris Johnson and Carrie Johnson. Let's take in some of these images as the former Prime Ministers of the late Queen's.
Well?
Something doesn't work on dogs. Hey, do I sound funny to you?
Got to know rather well, including David Cameron and his wife, who are just arriving now to be greeted by the Dean and others. Let's join Fergal again.
She had ever met.
Around the world are preparing to tell us about how the rest of the world is viewing what's going on in London today. We have Sarah Clark in Sydney.
Bill Gordon Brown to come and Tony Blair, of that extraordinary grouping of prime ministers who are still alive and kicking. Liz Truss is the late Queen's 15th prime minister. So for someone who not only had Winston Churchill as her first prime minister, Liz Truss as her.
Tom, despite the fact that today is ultimately a funeral, the atmosphere here, I would say, is pretty positive. Most people
and his wife Norma.